Good evening, everybody. I'm Keanna Faircloth. Welcome to another special edition of The Pulse. I am elated today because I feel like she's my sister girl. This is my first time ever meeting her in my life. But the way I stand for this woman, my God, I'm so excited. Ledisi is in the house, the Grammy Award winning vocalist. Not only that, though, she has been God, putting all kind of slashes behind her name, actress, author, advocate. She is doing it out there. And she joins me today here on The Pulse. Hi,
Hi.
Lucy.
Hi, Keanna. How are you? Thanks for
Good.
having me on the show. This is cool.
Oh my God. It is my honor and pleasure. I'm just so happy to have you here and tell you that my birthday twin, by the way, we have the same
Oh,
birthday.
that's crazy.
March
How awesome is
28th.
that?
Yes.
Yes. All right. Well, that makes sense now. That makes sense why you're so
Indeed.
awesome.
Indeed it does. And I have been a fan of yours, my God, for years. I'm from DC originally.
Oh, yes. So,
You know,
yes.
we ride hard for
DC was one of
Ledisi.
the beginnings. Yes, yes.
You know what
Okay.
though? I kind of want to start there because we have a mutual friend in CC. Hey CC, shout out to CC.
Yeah.
And she from the very beginning has always really just propped you up. So talk a little bit about how, first of all, Rochelle Farrell kind of you know made you known in a way
Yeah.
and really put you on the scene in DC for us specifically. So let's talk about the very beginning, just getting started.
Yeah, I started, it's such a long story, but I'll just start where the first recording was Soul Singer. And locally, we were doing really well. I recorded that album with some friends, local musicians in the Bay Area, and a good friend of mine, Sandra Manning, and I formed a partnership together, uh, LaSun Records. And then we put out my very first recording because people were saying, you should record, you should record. And then when it was time to record, they couldn't believe two females during that time were creating this music and producing music. And we were, I was interning at a studio and learning engineering. And we had our own equipment. We would have one credit card. We were using our gig money, getting paid all our money to pay off the card or to get the things that we needed to produce music because we got tired of begging people to help. And all of a sudden they see us producing. So that's how we were able
Wow.
to get the Soul Singer album and build our name and our locally. I had already built my name, but I didn't have a recording. So Sandra was a really great help for that. And then when we put the album out in 2000, we did 3 shows at Yoshi's. It sold out. And then word of mouth. We didn't have internet yet as fully as we had it now, as we have it now. We had blue postcards. I would run around and beg record stores when people were into CDs, to take our CDs and put them in the stores. And I would post things on buildings and go to the flea market. Hey, come to our shows. Like, I did the work. I didn't just overnight. Now I'm this Ledisi. It was work. We sold CDs out of our car. We did everything. And all of a sudden, New York and DC started hearing about it. And Rochelle Farrell, I would go see her. I had a 69 bug, and I would wait tables. And right after I'd finished my last shift, I'd fly to go see Rochelle Farrell when she was in town every time. And I only had $5 to put in my gas tank, but I got there.
Wow.
And I would see her all the time. And then when the album came out, we developed a relationship over the years of friendship. And she heard about the album and loved Kitchen. The first song on it was Kitchen. And she went bananas over that song. And she had an interview in DC. It was at the Howard station.
WHUR.
WHUR. And she told them, you have to hear this girl, Ledisi. You have to know who she is. Matter of fact, here. She pulled out the CD out of her purse and played it. This is her interview time.
Wow.
She used her interview time to say, you have to hear Ledisi, and played the song take time in kitchen, and DC got wind of it, and that was a wrap for me. It opened the door. But not only would she do things like that, she would come to town and say, hey, open for me. And then she said, okay, come to LA with me. Just meet me in LA. I'll pay for your whole band to get there.
Wow.
And you can just pay them out of the fee I give you. And I could not believe I'm in LA for the first time performing, and I'm opening for Rochelle Farrell. And as I'm ending my set, I bawl my eyes out, and she runs on stage. I told the audience, all it takes is one person to believe in you. And sometimes it's just you, but it's so great to have Rochelle Farrell, somebody I admire for years and would get me through those shifts. And to be able to hear her sing like that. And I just couldn't get the rest out. It started bawling, and she runs on stage with this big afro looking like power to the people. She would watch my shows. Like, I've never had another artist support me so much like that. Wow. Not only did she get ready early, because she was like, I got to see my Ledisi, you know? And that was our friendship. It's genuine. It still is. When I can get her, I can't get to her now. I don't know why. We just lost contact. So I just keep trying no matter what. And every year I would keep trying and keep reaching out. But she was very instrumental. Her, and then Shaka Khan got wind of me, reached out, Rasan Patterson. After Rochelle, she opened a whole door of people that started to hear about me. And she would just talk about me. She introduced me to Prince. And like, the beginning was her support. It took another Black woman to be there for me. And after that, I did Feeling Orange but Sometimes Blue, and kept moving into my career. It was hard because we had to pay for things. And when you're independent back then, you didn't have the internet as much. So you had word of mouth and just the people. But you needed gigs, you needed shows. The band was expensive, and people can't work for free. They have families too, you know? So I'm just saying, all of this, I just got tired. And there was a moment where I would just say, I can't keep doing this anymore. But every time a good gush of wind would come up and give me some air. And that moment I said, I'm gonna hide out in Broadway. But then Shaka Khan called, and a label called, and people were looking for me. So I opened for Shaka, and I said, I'll try it a little bit, but I think I'm going to quit the R&B part of my world. And I don't want to sing jazz. I don't want to sing anything. I'll just hide out on Broadway, because you get benefits.
Yeah.
You know?
I get it.
You get, medical paid and all that. And I was just tired and of the grind, but I was popular even on Broadway, and I hadn't even done anything yet. I couldn't believe people knew who I was there in those spaces. So it was beautiful. And I was just an understudy and trying to hide. It did not work for me.
Of course not.
And so when Shaka had me come on tour with her was when the label Verve Records really said, hey, we want you. And they were one of the first labels to turn me down. And here they were years later. They saw people going crazy over buying my CDs for that one night, because when I appeared, it was like a phoenix. Oh, she's back. We better get her now, because she might not come back, because I was done. And then I said, well, Rex Rideout was the one who said, hey, you should come back, sign with the label. You already have a name base, but you can at least get a push. And then that happened. I signed with the label, and I still own my original recordings from with Sandra, Feeling Orange but Sometimes Blue, and Soul Singer. So they're sitting there, and we're working on distribution for those now. And it's all in talks. People keep asking, why don't you try to? It's gonna happen. And then after I signed with Verve, Lost and Found came, and All Right was nominated for my first Grammy. And I got Lost and Found was nominated for album and song and performance. And I was in the category with Amy Winehouse and for new artists, brand new artists.
Wow.
And all these, people just started to know who I was, because I had built a following, and that song was so sincere and open. So it was a great journey to get to here, learning how to stay myself through those different stages. Every stage was still me.
Right.
People say, why are you doing that? That was me. in that stage. I never was somebody else. I was always Ledisi through the whole thing. And I loved that I got to grow. And I loved that in the beginning, I got to be something else and be raw and uninhibited. Like a lot of artists today, they're raw and uninhibited in front of all these nice people. I had the fortunate moments before that to be my raw 20-something self and cuss my audience out and do things like that. When you're learning yourself, you got to understand they came here to enjoy you, but they can talk. No, listen to me,
Right.
And I didn't know that was something Nina did. I didn't know it was something that other people did. Wow. I did not have a clue. So when I started to study other artists, I was like, yay, I'm glad I did that in private.
Yeah. I'm glad I wasn't alone.
Yes, exactly. But it was great. It's been a great journey. I can't complain about anything that's happened to me. Even the low valleys, the highs and the lows, they all have a lesson.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Yeah.
Now I know that you have some, just diehard fans that have been with you from the very beginning. A lot of us feel like, why are y'all just getting hip to Ledisi? Like, why did it take 13 nominations for her to get a Grammy? What's up with that?
But I was, in those categories, I was in good company. Like, I was still proud of the people I was against. It was very popular people that their work was strong, Yeah. And I was in there with them. It felt good. I mean, yes, I wanted to win. So when I lost, I didn't like it, but I went and ate dinner with my mom and I'm back on track. You know what I mean? So, but it was a great journey. I'm used to people catching up.
Huh.
Even my first album with Verve, Lost and Found, I have a song, an interlude that goes throughout the whole album called Been Here. 'Cause I've been here all the time. I've been waiting on you. I've been waiting for you. It's just the whole thing. I'm always ahead of everything.
Wow.
Even when I was, this is before Jill Scott, before Erykah Badu, I was doing all those things before they became who they are.
Right.
I was in the clubs doing what they're doing. And they would come to my shows. They would watch me or hear about me. But they became in the light quicker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's okay.
I'm so glad that you remained patient and you kept going. I mean, really, your entire journey is a lesson to people who are so ready to give up. I've been there, I'm like, gosh, I'm tired of people not realizing, what it is I have to offer and the thing I'm trying to put out into the world. So people really look up to you for your journey. God.
Well, that's what life is all about. It's not about, some people will get there quicker, but you don't know what happened around that quicker. That quicker looks quicker, but it might not have been. It might have been longer for them. And everybody's journey, that's why you don't compare yourselves to others.
Right.
You learn from each other, definitely, but you have to embrace where your journey is. I wrote a whole book about that. Embrace, don't ever lose your walk. Embrace your journey. See, you're already there. And my mom would say, you can't quit and you have every right to be frustrated. You're human. We have to learn. It's okay to, I don't like people telling me not to feel. Go ahead and embrace that feeling of whatever it is, but recycle it into a better outcome. I'm always looking for the light at the end of this dark tunnel. All the time. And that's just, and there's prayer, the faith part. People always talk about technical stuff and financial things and success. And me, if I didn't have the spiritual part together, there's no way you would see me in front of you.
Yeah. You mentioned your mom, and it actually, I pointed out a place in this book where you talk about how you had to remind your mom about how to keep her joy and really just how to go through the different houses physically in her home, but also in her mind, clearing out the clutter. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, when we have space, we think clearer. When we have air or sunlight, we're clearer. Something goes like this to us, not only physically, but mentally and in our heart. We feel alive.
Yeah.
That's why it's all connected, meaning the earth. And I sound crazy right now, but it's true. The earth, and this place and this air and our surroundings, energy, it all connects us to who we are, our ground. That's why you take care of your feet. You take care of where you stand, where you live, where you sleep, where you eat. I don't like people arguing over my food. You know what I mean? That's any energy transferable, so you have to make sure all that area when you're creating and when you're about to pour into others is clear, is connected to God or whatever your source of spirituality, that it's clear and intentional. You have to have that space. That's why I love singing. I say, hey, I need a minute. So when I'm singing on stage to you, you get all of the energy. I don't want you to have my argument that I just had with somebody and I'm coming on stage. You don't want to hear. You didn't pay good money to come see me give you that argument.
Right.
You paid money to hear me sing and inspire you and uplift you and take you away from something else or ignite an energy that you can do better. It's still going to get better no matter what. Y'all could have been arguing. I could break up that argument real quick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just by that's so loving that I love about music and storytelling. Even this segment, even though we're in our boxes, we can still express a story across to people and make them feel better. And that's why I was telling my mom was mentally going through some things and everything was cluttered around her. She couldn't get her thoughts together. And I said, Mom, you have to clear these rooms out. You need the sun to have space to come in.
Yeah.
If you don't want to go outside, at least let the sun come in through the window. So we have to clean these rooms out in space. And as she was cleaning out the different rooms, she started to breathe better. And then we would slowly go outside. Let's go see outside and enjoy that part of it. And then come back in and clean another room. And every room, when she looked around, the whole house had more light in it. Sometimes your home and your space reflects what's internal in you.
Wow.
And to me, it all connects. That's why you be particular about who you let in your home, what you hang in your home, what you have around in your room. You notice if you ever watch Hoarders, the people are a mess. They lost someone, loss after loss after loss, and it's just piled up.
And they start to lose themselves.
And then they disappear. And it was about, saving someone's life. And not only that, I had to clean my mom's refrigerator out, what she was eating, because what you pour into your body, same thing. And that's just something I've always been like that since I was a little girl. I don't know where it comes from. I think my great-great-grandmother. I'm from New Orleans, y'all. We connect everything. Everything is connected. So I don't mean to go on and on, but those are it's like I had to remind my mom of what she taught me, which was clean your room. As soon as you get up, make your bed. So when you come back into it's clean and you feel better.
Yeah.
And you can focus on your homework and leave it over there. And now you can rest, I just love that. And I think that's where my grandmother did it. And my mom passed it on, but she forgot. And that's what happens. Our parents, we have to remind them of the lessons they taught us,
That's a blessing that you were able to remind her of that.
Yeah. And I speak about it in my book. I give people exercises to write their own story within mine. Don't ever lose your walk and embrace your journey. So, yeah, I loved writing that book. It was therapeutic. It helped my family out. It let them see what I saw. And my sisters were happy. In the end of all this, that's all I care about is how my family feels about me. If you guys don't like me, I'm like, but my mama Come on, Ma, you like it? Yes. No,
Right.
I'm good.
I love it. I want to read something you have in the very beginning that,
Oh
you know,
yeah,
just
sure.
grabbed me from the beginning. Every version of yourself must be honored. You will always be a work in progress. Growth is remembering your core and letting go of what no longer serves you, serves the new season of you. Redo, revise, have a revival, a reinvention if you must. The core must be nurtured constantly throughout this whirlwind we call life.
Yes, yes. The
An
core.
excellent reminder.
And you keep changing. You're not gonna like a certain vegetable anymore, a certain way anymore. You're gonna keep growing. We keep forgetting that part too.
Right. And that is okay. It's
It's
okay.
fine. It's fine. And everybody can't go with you. Everybody can't go with you. And they're there when they're supposed to be there and then they're gone.
Mm.
Yeah. And it's hard leaving people. For me, I'm loyal. And I try to keep the come on. If you just come with me, it's gonna be great.
I know you're an Aries. Yes, we do.
Because we can see it way ahead. We can
Right.
see it. We've planned our whole year out, our whole day. We know we're gonna get there. We don't know how though, but we know
That's the thing. No clue, but
don't have a clue how, but we know we're gonna get there. That's that optimism,
yeah.
that childlike behavior. Everybody else is like, are you kidding me? Yes. And everything I've done that you've seen me do, someone said, Are you serious? How are
Wow.
you gonna do that? I don't know. It's gonna happen.
Mm, 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 mm. So you're still an independent artist, by
Yeah.
the way.
And
You
now I'm an
produce.
independent artist. Yes.
Oh my gosh, you're
Yes.
doing it all on your own yet again. The new album. Oh my God, Ledisi Sings Nina with the Metropole Orkest. Tell me about, first of all, let's go back because you discovered, from what I read, you discovered Nina maybe almost 20 years ago.
Yes.
How did she
Yes.
change your life?
It's even longer than that, but I'll leave that for another day. But
Okay.
I do know when I was feeling at my lowest of depression, I was thinking about leaving the earth, and I was rocking in a rocking chair on my porch on a house that I owned that I couldn't pay for, and I was tired. And a radio station, local radio station, played "Trouble in Mind," and it said
Mm.
everything I was feeling. And it was Nina just banging on the piano. It was a live version. I can't find it. I've been looking for it. And she was singing "Trouble in Mind." I'm blue, but I won't be blue always. The sun is gonna shine in my back door someday. And then when she said, "I'm gonna let the 219 train ease my troubled mind," I said, she understands exactly how. Ain't nothing like the blues. It's like church
Right.
and R&B just all together, right?
Mm.
So I woke up out of whatever funk I was in, and it made me not feel alone. And when people say your music saved my life or changed my life, or I find I got what they meant in that moment because
Mm.
Nina did that for me. And after that, I just had this cosmic spiritual relationship with her that has followed me my whole career. I didn't go looking for it. It found me. And the first time on a big network for Black BT, I have to be Peaches. I have to sing Peaches. I said it in the meeting, and I could have lost my opportunity, but there I was. I got to be Peaches. And here I am on television with Marsha Ambrosius, Kelly Price, and
I'll
Jill
never
Scott.
forget it.
And we're
Yeah.
all there. And it was a moment. We made a moment. And I got to sing Peaches, and that changed my career. After that, I became this other thing. First, I was Peaches for a while. Then they were like, "Who is that? Is that Ledisi?" So, and then I had promised I would always do something with Nina. I don't know what yet. So then I started doing orchestra gigs that I loved because I started with big band with jazz before I did my R&B band. And a lot of people don't know that.
Wow.
They just assume that I'm from New Orleans. We had to learn jazz. We had to learn classical. I loved classical before I even knew about gospel. I was backwards. I didn't learn gospel first. It was jazz. It was, it was jazz. No, it was jazz, R&B, classical, and then it was gospel. Gospel was the last thing I started to study.
Wow.
And I wasn't raised in the church. I was Catholic, so we did Mana Nina. We had
Right.
sounds like that. We didn't do none of that. So, but anyway, the relationship with Nina was that bond about classical music, and I love Leontine Price. My mom would listen to Leontine Price and country music, Patsy Cline. My stepdad would listen to funk and Earth, Wind and Fire and Tower Power, and my aunt would listen to Mahalia Jackson. She even sounded like her when she sang. But Nina, my mom would wake us up to Nina Simone. I didn't know that was Nina because my mom would sing the song Mississippi Goddamn to wake us up. I thought it was something she made. So Nina was always a part of my world. But then to sing that for women, I decided one day I'm going to sing this music, her music. And so I incorporated her music with mine at the Kennedy Center when we did it with the National Symphony. And then it went to Apollo. And then it went to New Orleans. All those shows sold out so fast. I said, oh my God. And then I wrote a play about it. And then Jules Buckley heard about it. I met him with the National Symphony, and he was leaving back to London and saw that the show was sold out. And he had the bright idea to have it at Royal Albert Hall and say, can you come and do a tribute to Nina Simone with Lisa Fisher? And then I said, I got to record this. I don't know what I'm going to do. But when I went to do the tribute with BBC in London and all that, Metropole Orkest and Jules conducting, I said, this is it. We have to record it. And it took a while. It was a lot of figuring out how to do it.
Yeah.
And somehow everything the universe, it worked for me. And I was able not only to put out the Wild Card on my own label, because I was transitioning during the time we were recording. I have my own label now. I put out the Wild Card to satisfy my R&B audience. And then I said, well, let's finish the Nina album. But at the same time, I said, wait, I have this live album I want to do. So I have 3 projects it's been a year now, 3 projects out. The Wild Card, Ledisi Live at the Troubadour, and Ledisi Sings Nina. And all that was being done during the pandemic and before the pandemic. And I finished all of it. But the Nina project, I knew I had to complete it this year and put it out. And I'm so glad we did it this way. And it's one of my favorite. It's probably it's my favorite album ever that I've ever done, because I'm singing in French, because I'm honoring an ancestor I love. I am also stretching and showing my whole self in one project. It felt really good. And singing this stuff live, so good. I turn into another space. I get to open up another voice, and I don't have to work hard at it, meaning give you so much that I can give you little too and make the same effort.
Oh my gosh. Wow. I mean, your rendition of Feeling Good, for me, when I first heard it, the hair on my arms like literally stood up and I got chill bumps.
That's so cool.
Wow. Unbelievable. The thing is, the timing of it is perfect. Actually, right now, we are WBGO in the middle of our fall fund drive. And
oh, great.
Yes. And so actually the theme of it is feeling good. So
yes.
I'd like to think you inspired that, honestly. But
I hope so. Yes, Nina inspired that. It's her fault. Gnawing away. You got to put this out. I can feel it, and her family was cool with it. So I'm glad you're doing it. That's cool.
Yeah. And, I just wanted to ask you, what are some of the ways that you feel public media, public radio specifically, is important and needs to thrive.
Public radio is what I was listening to hear what I needed to hear.
Wow.
It was a public radio. It was KPFA. I love that station in the Bay Area. I hope it's still there. But you guys play the stuff that we wouldn't normally hear all the time. You also are local, so you know what the community is going through. We hear from the community.
Yeah.
We hear from what we love in our area. It's like we get to go home. Thank God for streaming in that way, that we get to go home to our radio station that's in that area, reaching us, all the way from another state. So I love public radio needs to always be supported because it's like boots on the ground to me. And you play all the B stuff. You don't play the traditional popular stuff out there. I want to use another word, but I can't.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like we get to hear the selections that I would normally play at home, obscured albums or live recordings or just different variety. It's you're actually the people.
I love
you
that.
You represent the people. We are so many things. So when we hear all of our music on there, we're excited. So yeah, we need you.
Thank you for that. Public radio for me has been the same thing. It's been like an education, an institution.
That part.
Yes. Coming up, it's the thing that I would listen to and hear stuff and discover artists, like you said, that I wouldn't hear anywhere else. So thank you for saying that.
And you have in-depth conversations like the ones we're having right now. This is like, I'll always support anything that has the educational part in it. And that's how you learn. That's just how you learn and get better as a human, period.
Indeed. Thank you so much for saying that.
Yeah, I'm real about it. Hello.
Indeed. I feel all the love just like bouncing off of you. It's funny because I was just watching OWN and I saw you on Black Love and I'm like, oh my God, I'm so inspired by your love story.
I love Black Love. That's one of my favorite shows, Keanna. It's so cool because we're more than what you see. And I love that. I didn't want to do a show like that. That's not my thing. But my husband and I, Ron, we had gotten a lot of calls to do, share some of our story and put it in magazines. And we just kept saying no for a long time. I'm not very public about my relationship. And I thought, well, honey, the opportunity presented itself again because they've been asked, can you? No. I said, it felt safe and it felt like it can be a teachable moment for others. They saw my vulnerability, another side of me being just a woman in love. And I don't regret anything. I hope someone learned from it that it's okay to be your full self. You should be your full self with someone you fully are in love with, and I took a chance and I'm happy I did.
You did. You shot your shot.
Listen, I am fine with it. I'm a grown woman. I can do what I want. Everybody has their choices. Do what makes you comfortable. But that worked for me. And that's that man is my best friend. I love going on this journey with him. He's a wonderful person. He's got his own thing that I love. And he's his own person separate from me. And then when we're together, we're a force. So I'm happy in my relationship with Ronald. He's a great force of nature. He's funny. I've never laughed so much.
Really?
Yes. And it's like having your complete circle of things that you hope for. I'm happy with it. It's not perfect. We disagree on a lot of stuff, but we find a way to kind of balance it out because we're some things we just don't agree on. And we go, that's okay.
That's okay. But the thing is, I feel like real love and the right love helps you to be your best self. So there's there's no wonder that you're here and you're doing everybody is recognizing who you are right now. I think the timing of everything in your life is really just come together. So
Yeah, it's still work though. I still have a long journey ahead of me. I still have more things I want to do. I still love people. As long as I love people and I love what I do, I'm sticking around. But when I stop liking it or loving it, I'm gonna go sit down and, and wait until that feeling comes back, because I love transferring energy that feels good.
mm,
It's just part of my thing. And I
mhm,
want others to love what they do. Do what you need to do until you do what you love to do.
mm,
And do it well.
mm,
Do it well. Do it well. So good that people remember. I waited tables. I did not like it, but I was so good at it. Oh my goodness. I had
mm.
3 plates here, blah, blah, blah. You didn't have to want for anything. And then I'd have to sing. How about that? A singing waitress.
Wow.
And I've done like record stores when they existed. I did that during the daytime. Early in the morning, had to open and everything. And I didn't make a penny there because I would buy all the box sets like crazy.
Right.
But I did it well. The thing is, people loved that I was there. The only problem I would have is juggling everything, waiting
Right.
tables, singing at night. I mean, I earned my position of where I am in life. And so I did it well. That's all I can keep saying. You want to leave behind a legacy. And that's the whole point of living to me, is leaving behind a wonderful legacy. You can look back and say, I did it well.
Yeah.
I did it damn good.
Indeed. That is a word.
Yeah.
I could go on and on. I want to know all the other things you have yet to do that you want to do. I know you've been acting too. I saw you in Twice Bitten.
Oh, you saw that too?
I did. I'm like, oh my God, she's in it. What is it that you don't do? I'm like,
well, you're an Aries. Come on now.
I know. So, but what else in closing? What else is it that you want to do that you have yet to accomplish that we can look forward to seeing from Ledisi?
I want to produce more shows. I was able to produce my first PBS special with my husband, Ron, that's what I say. We get together. It's a force thing. I love that. We also produced a play that I did, The Legend of Little Girl Blue, my relationship with my mom and Nina and myself. I want to do more acting. I want to do more writing. I have another book I'm working on that I'm excited about. I just want to be happy. I want to stay in a space that feels good. I'm worried about the world, but I'm going to do my part to pour something in that inspires, not puts us in a decline. And I want to work with more women. I love our women, and I love Black women too. I love the things we come up with. So I want to share in more creative things that can help others. I do want to start a foundation as well. So I have a long list. There's more that I don't talk about that I'm gonna hold to my chest and let the universe work itself out. But I'm happy on the journey I'm on, and if I'm inspiring you, it's awesome. It feels good. I've reached 2 people. I'm happy.
There are people, actually, speaking of the people you've touched, there are people in the comments here.
Oh, that's cool.
Someone says, my whole family loves you. Thank your mother for having you.
I thank her too.
Yes, indeed. Let's see. Somebody's hi from Brazil. You got a hi from New Orleans.
New Orleans.
New
Orleans, baby.
Yes, indeed. If you all have any questions as we get ready to let Ledisi go, because I know she got more stuff to do. She's grinding.
Yes, I have a fitting today for my tour. I'm going on tour in a couple of weeks.
I know you're going to be here in New Jersey in October at NJ.
Yeah, that's going to be with myself and Music Soul Child and Kenyon Dixon. He's going to be there. He's a wonderful artist too. And the Stout is on tour with us as well. So she's incredible. Great new and upcoming performers that are just immaculate to me. And of course, Music Soul Child is a legend. He's going to do 2 dates with me. But the Wildcard Tour, I'm definitely doing a few songs from the Wildcard, but a lot from my catalog, because I want to please the fans. We need it. We need some some of that good old singing. I'm ready to do it because I haven't done it in a long time. And I just want us to be safe as we could possibly be under these circumstances. But I appreciate people coming out. You know, I can't believe they're coming. I'm like, are y'all sure people coming? They coming. I was like, okay. So that means the world. Oh, modern day Sarah Vaughan. Thank you for that. I love Sarah Vaughan's birthday is before ours. Did you know that?
The 27th.
She is one of my favorite singers in the world. It's her and Dinah Washington and Patti LaBelle. I love Ella too, of course, for phrasing. And I love Frank Sinatra and Nat King Cole. They are incredible. And Luther Vandross. I love people that have phrasing and play with the words and make them do things. Those are my favorite kind of singers. Sassy she studied classical, so you can hear it all in her phrasing. And I love when she had the muumuu on the most, because she wore the muumuu with no girdle holding her back. She was she would hit a different kind of note.
Yes, indeed.
And I also want to teach. That's my other favorite thing. But that's later in life. I'll see what happens with that.
Indeed. Someone in the comments says, big shout to Ledisi on behalf of bassist Mike Griot.
Oh, okay.
Partner of your boy Eric Brown.
Eric Brown, yes. All right, Bay Area right there. That's Bay Area.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I see Tony Walker in there.
You do?
Yeah. Okay. DC, that's from your part of the town. Tony is everything. He's done a lot of the beginning of the Nina performances with me. He would play, or sometime I'd get Patrice Rushen, because I always wanted that female energy like Nina for the piano sometimes. So, and it's funny, Patrice was teaching me Nemekitipa, and then and then I learned it wrong. So then not wrong from her, but I was still learning it. So
that was here. Nemekitipa.
Yes, Nemekitipa.
Because I almost put up Patrice Rushen. I should have gone with my first.
Yeah, you could have listened.
Thrown that up there
and
too.
She's a wonderful conductor as well.
Yes.
And a wonderful teacher. I've watched her teach her class. She's amazing. She's one of my favorite people. I love her. Love her.
And shout out to Alicia. She says, I'm talking to Ledisi. She called you the
moderator.
Yes.
Yes, she knows her music, man. My favorite Sarah Vaughan song is Black Coffee, when she sings Black Coffee. It is so good. Black coffee, feeling low. When she do that, low to the ground, and she goes, it's driving me crazy. I'm waiting for my baby. Always, and that vibrato comes in. Yeah, all those round notes.
Oh my God.
I love Sarah. I love all of them. I love all of them. They are my master teachers. That's how it goes. Indeed. Now I want to finish my other book. See, Alicia, that's your fault. I'm getting excited.
Yes. Is the next book about Sarah and your?
Oh, we'll see.
Okay, we got to stay tuned. Well, in the meantime, we're going to keep up, of course, with all things Ledisi. I cannot wait till you come to Jersey. I will be right there then.
Yes, and hopefully we can meet each other. That would be great.
I would love
that. Yes,
that.
Alicia, Higher Than This is on the list. It's on the list, on the set list. I promise you. Yes. But yeah, we have to meet. It would be great to meet you, my twin, in person.
Yes.
We'll do this from a distance or something.
Indeed. I'll wear my face shield.
Yeah.
And mask.
We'll have all this armor on and we'll still go, hey.
Right.
It'd be great to meet you. But thank you for this. And I mean, I'm proud of you of having the show and educating people and just letting us be artists, having a platform. You know, thank you for this. We can't be us without you. So,
oh my gosh, thank you. That's an honor. Thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
Be sure to pick up Ledisi Sings Nina, of course. It's everywhere, all digital platforms. Also, don't ever lose your walk. You hear me? Get this. It'll inspire your life.
Yes.
And all of her books, she has, how many books do you have?
Actually? Well, I have 2. Better Than All Right, that was presented by Essence. It turned into a magazine as well before they turned it into a magazine. And yeah, I'm working on the third one now, so it'll be done soon. But the
Awesome.
audiobook for Don't Ever Lose Your Walk is coming out this year before the end of the year, so that'll be out.
Oh, great.
I'm excited. And yeah, all things Ledisi, just go to myledisi.com and follow me on social media. I'm there saying hi to people here and there. But I'm going on tour. Please pray for us, all of us, everyone
Yes,
that attends and everyone that's on the stage. We all need the prayers. That's a lot going on there, a lot of energy. But we're going to make it work.
indeed. Well, God's light is shining on you. He's got you. You're covered.
Well,
So, and
thank you.
thank you for all that you do to inspire through your music and just your walk in general. So, thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Have a good night. See you
You too. See
soon.
you soon, you guys.
Bye. Thank you all so much for joining me on this episode of The Pulse. Oh my God, my heart is so full. Be sure to keep up with all things Ledisi, of course, at ledisi.com. I'm Keanna Faircloth. See you on the radio, Afternoon Jazz, Monday through Friday from 4 to 8 p.m. And please be sure to support your public radio station, WBGO, one of the only ones of its kind in the New York, New Jersey area, sharing this music we call jazz. You can pledge your support by calling 1-800-499-9246. You can go online to wbgo.org/support, or of course, you can always text your support. You just text WBGO to 56512. Thank you so much. Have a great night, and I'll see you all next time. Good night.